What's up guys, my name is Fran and once again welcome back, and in this video we're going to be checking out the Google Pixel Buds. Google Pixel Buds were released alongside the Google Pixel 2 at their last live event. Now it's pretty clear that Google made these headphones to be closely married to the Google Pixel 2 in the exact same way that Apple made the AirPods closely married to the iPhone and the Apple Watch. Unboxing the Pixel Buds is pretty straightforward. Immediately you are presented with the Pixel Buds themselves in a rather okay packaging, and of course a bunch of documentation that I probably will never read. Now the actual case for the Pixel Buds is nice and soft to the touch. It actually is made of a similar cloth material if you've ever held any of the Google VR headsets. Once you actually open up the case, you are then presented with the Google Pixel Buds themselves. Now, they're not independent like the AirPods, instead they are tethered to each other by this cable. I don't exactly have a preference to being tethered versus untethered as long as the headphones themselves are wireless, but as of lately I have been leaning a little bit more towards untethered as they present this convenience factor that's unparalleled to tethered headphones. The tether on the Pixel Buds serve more than one purpose. Aside from just keeping the buds together to make sure you don't lose them, they also serve as sort of a makeshift ear canal mount. Basically, the idea is that you adjust this cable in and out to make this loop, and that loop it sits inside of your ear canal. Now, to be honest with you, this is a terrible design. I quite often go to rewrap the Pixel Buds, and when that happens, the cable just simply pulls and you lose your setting, and then once you put them back in your ear, you have to go ahead and adjust the loop again. This leads me into the fit of the Pixel Buds. Now, I am aware that everyone has different sized ears as well as different shaped ear canals, but for me personally, the Pixel Buds fit horribly. They let in way too much outside sound, and they also never actually feel snug or secure inside of my ears and often fall out. Now, letting in all of this outside sound actually can affect the audio quality, but I'll talk a little bit about that later in this review. Turning our attention back to the physical attributes of the Pixel Buds themselves, you'll notice two things on the inside of the Pixel Buds. There's going to be an L and R symbol to indicate which buds goes into which ears, and then you'll also notice these conductive contacts, which allows the Pixel Buds to charge while they're sitting inside of the case, as well as sending pairing information from the case to your phone. Now, as far as the process to pair the Pixel Buds to your smartphone, you actually will open up the Pixel Bud case and then press this little button here. Now, the pairing process is somewhat cumbersome and not nearly as simple as Google describes in their documentation. Even the first time I attempted to pair the Pixel Buds with my Pixel 2, I had a number of issues. There was supposed to be a pop-up that showed up, which never did, and then I had to manually put the Pixel Buds into some sort of pairing mode and then reset it. Overall, the process was a little bit frustrating, but eventually I did get it to work. This is a massive parallel to the experience that I'm used to, of course, with the Apple AirPods. But now once the buds are paired, it is a pretty simple process. Once you remove them from the case, they automatically turn on and connect with your smartphone, but this is the case with pretty much any Bluetooth device. Now once the Pixel Buds are finally paired, you do have a few options. Now nothing along the lines of modifying sound profiles or anything like that, but you do have the ability to use gesture controls. Now speaking of gesture controls, the Pixel Buds do support gesture controls. You can do things such as swiping forward and back to raise and lower the volume. You also have the ability to tap and double tap to either play or pause media, or even answer and disconnect the phone call. And this also is the process to activate the Google Assistant. So now on to the most important part of this review. How do the Pixel Buds sound? Now I am very much aware that sound is extremely subjective and it's all up to the actual listener, but in my opinion, the Pixel Buds sound just okay. The sound quality on the Pixel Buds is actually pretty decent, but because of the point I was making earlier about the poor fit of the Pixel Buds, they actually never fit snug, at least in my ears, and from what I can hear with all of that outside noise, it actually requires me to raise the volume. Now, there isn't any distortion in the volume or anything like that, but all of that outside sound does affect the quality. If you're sitting in a nice and quiet room, Pixel Buds actually sound pretty okay, but once you take them outside or do any type of commuting with them or running, if that's even possible, the sound quality just goes to the garbage. Overall, I'd like to see Google actually do a second revision of these headphones and actually include a little bit more of a custom ear tip similar to the way Bose does with their headphones. Now, while we are wrapping up this review, there is one thing that I forgot to mention earlier, and that's the actual primary reason why I even picked up the Pixel Buds, and that is Google's translation functionality paired up with the Pixel Buds. Google was showing off this feature at their live event, making it seem as if it was an exclusive feature to the Pixel Buds, but it turns out that it's not. It actually works in the Google Translate application anyway, but the Pixel Buds do make it a little bit easier by giving you a platform to simply press one button and hand your phone off to a stranger in hopes that they won't steal it and go ahead and do a lot of that translation. But overall, the functionality does work pretty well, and I was pretty satisfied with it. The Pixel Buds retail for about $159. Now, at this price tag, I feel like there are plenty of other competitors out there on the market, such as Bose SoundSport Wireless or even the Jaybird Freedoms, that offer better sound quality, easier connection process, and just as good battery life. Now, that's one thing I forgot to mention in my review. The battery life on the Pixel Buds is actually pretty excellent, but overall I feel like there's better options out there in the market and you can probably spend your money elsewhere. And that is going to wrap it up for this review of the Google Pixel Buds. So if you guys have any questions or comments, do me a favor, leave them in the comment section below. Also, right down there, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. And if you already subscribed to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Once again, guys, my name is Fran. Thanks so much for checking out this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one.